Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Sammy!
And welcome back to Where Heartbreak Feels Good. Today we are diving into the box office summer blockbuster season. Maybe one of my favorite times of the year. This is one of my favorite episodes that we always do every year. And joining me today, as always, to make some predictions is Evan Harris.
I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm with you, man. Summer season, there's a lot to talk about because winter and sometimes even the fall, it's like, okay, we can kind of already predict like the number 1 and 2 movies of the year or of the season. It's a wrap. But with summer, there's a lot of highly anticipated movies, and similar to how last year was it? No, the 2024 season where we had like some surprising flops like Fall Guy, then Furiosa. It's like, oh wait, what's happening here? Movies weren't making as much as people thought they were. But then 2025 had a bit of a rebound there, and 2026 looks to be on even more of a rebound, especially coming off of the winter season, which were already like a little bit above 2025 and 2024 with big hits that we'll talk about. But yeah, very, very exciting movies to talk about. Some of my most anticipated movies of the year coming out in the summer. So here we go. And a big summer horror fest happening in May. We have like Obsession coming out, Backrooms coming out.
Isn't Passenger May or is that June?
Passenger, I think that's May as well. Yep. Your camera froze on my screen. I can still hear. Oh no, you're back now. Yeah. But so it's very interesting. So I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm trying to do something. Okay, cool. Let me share my screen so we can go back to our predictions for the spring. And let's see. Share screen. Do. Here we go. All right. Okay. These are some of our predictions for the winter spring season, Q1 of 2026. I think we were right on the money with our number 1 picks.
Yeah, as we saw, today is Sunday, so we're getting our projections for Michael, but 97 million, I believe, for Michael, which is pretty big. Of course, it blew away projections. I don't know why people had I don't know why they were thinking 65, 70 million for Michael. We all knew it was going to be a big hit, regardless of what critics thought. He's the greatest, musical artist in the world ever. So yeah, big hit. I am curious about his legs though from Michael because Devil's Wear Prada 2 is coming out just next week. And that's also projected for like 90 to 100 million opening weekend. So you never know. And then of course, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Galaxy was huge. I think like 130 opening weekend box office for the 5 days over there. Slightly in this kind of a thing for a lot of Super Mario Galaxy's box office, slightly under a lot of the grosses for the first movie. Like slightly less opening weekend, slightly less globally opening weekend, and then it's probably going to make around 1 to 1.1 billion, while the first one made like 1.3, 1.4. So about $200-300 million less, but still, of course, the first $1 billion grosser of the year easily.
Yeah. I'm just looking at some of the numbers here, and I was looking because I actually didn't have any idea of how well Scream 7 had done, and I knew that it did better than the last 2, but man, let me see. Can I share this tab instead? 213 worldwide. That's not bad for a movie that I haven't even seen.
Yeah, I haven't even seen at all either. I don't know who the Ghostface killers are, or maybe it's just one this time. I don't know. This is the first time that Jalen actually saw it before me. He saw it online somewhere. Anyways, yeah, 213. This is the highest of the franchise, I think, right? Is it the highest?
I think so. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for people that don't like the things that happened leading up to Scream 7. And it kind of gives onus to like, what are they going to do for the next Scream movie? Are they going to bring her back again? Are they going to change anything up going into Scream 8? Unfortunately, they're not going to bring back Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, but hopefully they revitalize the franchise in a new wave of Scream 8. This franchise is a franchise that can go on for a long time if you have the right writers behind it. Obviously, that's not what happened with Scream 7, but it made a lot of money either way. So, they're doing something right. That franchise is bulletproof, especially again with the low budget. Like what, 45 million there? That's crazy. So good on Scream.
And then for your number two, you went with Wuthering Heights.
I sure did. Domestic 84 million whole. Domestic. With domestic opening 32 million, slightly less than what I thought. I thought this could have a bigger, despite people like not buying tickets online, maybe like a groundswell opening weekend for Valentine's Day. That kind of happened, but 32 million is a bit less than what I thought it was going to be. I think it ran for just too long, 2 hours and 16 minutes for Wuthering Heights movie, But 241 on, I don't see the budget here, but 241 seems pretty decent.
I think the budget was about 90, I want to say.
90, you said? Yeah. So not great, but it didn't lose money for WB there. It was a small success.
80 million.
80 million. It's okay, yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty solid success there. 80 million plus marketing. So yeah, it made its money back. It's not a loss basically. Pretty solid.
And then my number 3 was Hoppers, which is a good number, 368, but not great for Pixar given how much those movies cost. But it's still solid.
Still very solid. I'm actually happy with this 368 number. I really, really, really wanted to hit that 400, that magical 400 million number, and maybe it would have if the biggest animated movie of the year didn't come out in Super Mario Galaxy, which kind of like halted its legs a month in. But it had all of March to do its thing, and it did pretty well. Domestic opening of 45 and stretching out to 162 million, soon to be like around 170 million. It's still hanging in there in the top 10 as we speak in the box office. So I'm actually pretty happy with Hoppers. This is, I think, a solid success. Again, it's not breaking 400 million. It's not one of those mid-2000s, 2010s Pixar movies, but it is the biggest original Pixar film since Coco 2017. So it's been over a decade since an original Pixar film had a big hit. Granted, a lot of the early 2020 original Pixar films were relegated to Disney Plus, like Luca, Turning Red, Soul. So that kind of stopped things. And it did less than Elemental, which was a big surprise summer hit in 2023. But it didn't have the benefit of the summer season. It just had the spring season, and it was halted in the spring by Super Mario Galaxy, where Elemental had a pretty solid run. But overall, I think this bodes well for Pixar. I think once again, I think when those comments came out a year or two ago about Pete Docter saying all the sequels coming in for Pixar, people have to be reminded that they have Incredibles 3 coming out, they have Coco 2 coming out in the future, Toy Story 5 is this summer, but guys, they also are putting out some very great animated movies. Hoppers is still one of my top 5 movies of the year. I loved Hoppers, and I think I'm just very excited for more Pixar original movies. Gato is coming out next year from the director of Luca. So they have Gato coming out, So they're having a good balance between original and franchise, slate at Pixar. So I'm really liking what they have for the next couple of years right now. They announced at, what was this? Maybe it was CinemaCon. They have a Korean or Asian mythology Pixar film coming out in the future. They have the cat one again, Gato, and then there's something else. But some of the directors of these early 2020 Pixar movies that got relegated to Disney Plus are getting their theatrical new films coming out later in the decade, which is very nice to see. So I'm liking the way that Pixar is running things right now. But it is funny that our top, 3 or 4 movies that we talked about for the box office this winter were predicted to have big hits, and they were, but they were all mostly outside of Hopper's, not the most well received movies. Can you go back to our list?
Yeah.
I think Supergirl Galaxy was not. They got panned. I think that's like 30 Rotten Tomatoes. Wuthering Heights, of course, got panned.
Michael, Scream 7. Yeah.
Like our 1 and 2s got panned.
Our 3's got good reviews.
Three's got good reviews. Project Hail Mary and Hoppers, 2 of the most beloved movies of the year. Yeah.
And Project Hail Mary should have probably been your 2, given how much it did.
I really undersold Project Hail Mary. What was I thinking? Like, I want to go back and see what I was.
It's just the risk factor.
It is right. I thought like, okay, yeah. My main, because I have my predictions on my phone here, so you can go back and see here. I thought Project Hail Mary. I had 30 to 40 million opening weekend projections. Like, I thought it was going to do like a little bit off of like a bit better than what Fall Guy did. It's going to get that adult crowd, so it's going to get that like 30 to 40 million. But it didn't just get the adult crowd; it got the whole 4-quadrant family crowd, and they came in droves to see this movie. So yeah, I had 30 to 40 million. My Michael prediction was 70 to 80, and it blew past that. Scream, I had 30 to 40, and it went past that. Wuthering Heights, I had 40 to 50, and I was kind of over with Wuthering Heights. But yeah, pretty good haul there, Project Hail Mary. The biggest success of the year so far, minus of course Super Mario Galaxy. But for like an original, and Project Hail Mary isn't original; it's based off of a book. But like either way, non-franchise Project Hail Mary and Hoppers being big hits is very nice to see in this day and age. And Ryan Gosling, right? Like, people go back and forth on whether he is a box office draw. He was a draw for Barbie, but Barbie was like had the IP effect. I think this is pretty much his biggest hit that can be relegated to him and like the premise. People love a good space movie, right? Gravity, Martian. But Ryan did really well with this. And this was just, again, 2 years ago. They were like, is he a box office flop with like, First Man and then Fall Guy not doing well? But he is, of course, a known quantity among the Ryans of Hollywood. He is definitely the most appealing for the box office.
Yeah. And unfortunately, our Force didn't do much business. I'm not really bummed out about Ready or Not, but I'm really bummed out about The Bone Temple because it's a great movie.
Yeah, our horror movies didn't do. We both picked horror movies for number 4, and yeah, Bone Temple is really sad to see. I think Nia DaCosta did a great job. Coming off of the greatness of 28 years later, the first one, but 12 million opening is like, oof, not great. Only having 25 million domestic. Can't see the budget here, but 58 million worldwide, not great. And the first one, 28 years later, didn't do super, super well, but it was the first of its, of the franchise. Can you see what 28 years later did?
Yeah, it cracked 100, I think, worldwide.
It did, yeah.
Let's see.
Bone Temple.
Here we go. 150.
150. Yeah, that's
solid.
Great. Yeah. Bone Temple had a production budget of 63 million. But they say TSG covered half of the $63 million budget, whatever. But either way, 20 years later, Bone Temple going from 151 to 53 million, not a great look at all.
Another movie that we will never get the payoff to its cliffhanger.
Hey, don't you dare say that. Yeah, it is sad. Like, Sony didn't even mention it at CinemaCon. Like, hey, in production, the third. Like, I feel like that would have been something that they mentioned at CinemaCon to be like, hey, our third one's right around the corner. Here comes Cillian Murphy. But damn. I really, really need to see the third movie. This is kind of like what would have happened if Dune 2 was a flop.
Yeah, honestly.
Very similar, like, bringing in a franchise like that. But Ready or Not 2, we have 38 million, even more of a non-success here. Opening of 9 million. Like, ooh, it just came out. What did we say here? Was it wrong place, wrong time? Like,
It's just a weird time. Yeah, I mean, I think didn't the first Ready or Not release around the same time, like during March?
I think it did, yeah. But this one was, of course, next to the behemoth of Prada Hail Mary.
Let me see how much did that do.
Like,
I mean, it did about the same, 52 and 57.
I thought it was.
This was
So that was 57. Maybe go back to the other one. 28.
the other one was. Oh no, it was 38. 38.
I see, yeah, 38. So yeah, that's like a $20 million loss. I don't know if the budget increased, but when you come back like years later and it goes down 20 million, it's not a big hit. Like it tried to appeal to the counter programming of like everything coming out with Hoppers and Project Hail Mary, trying to appeal to that horror audience, but it just didn't go well at all.
Also, 7 years too late.
7 years. It was 7 years ago since we were first Ready or Not.
2019. Yeah.
Jesus. Minus the whole COVID effect, like they should come out in 2023 or 2024 then.
2021, 2022 would have been fine.
Yeah. Like this is just way too late and way too late and too similar. People watch it like, okay, this is kind of very similar. So we didn't have like that repeat viewing as the first one did, that lightning in a bottle effect, as Josh talked about. So yeah, really, really sad to see. But hey, Sean Hattie unscathed. I liked him in the movie. I thought he was cool.
And then here are some of the top 10 for the winter season.
Yep, from here until March. Avatar was still killing it in the January March era. Just 135 from January to March is crazy. That's wild. Zootopia 2 making a lot of its money. 81 million when it came out in November for Zootopia 2 is crazy. Goat made 77 million. Pretty nice.
How much did it do overall? The 190, that's good.
190, yeah, for that kind of Sony animation kind of movie. I think that's pretty solid. Like 100 million domestic is really nice for that movie. Housemaid made a lot of its money in January season, all those repeat viewings from Christmas.
We didn't really talk about Sun, how we were like kind of like iffy about it, but like it turned out to be actually, a good run.
Exactly. We could have put that in our top, it made more than Ready or Not 2, and it made more than 28 years later. I was kind of hesitant because like, I think my main thing was like, what kind of audience is this really going to go for? Are they really I like the trailers, but I didn't know if it was going to have good legs. 19 million opening weekend, legging it out to 64 million and 94 million, almost hitting 100 million. That's a pretty good success for Sam Raimi, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Really good job.
And let's check out.
So yeah, that might have been the biggest original horror hit of the season there.
And then for spring, I guess not many surprises. I'm surprised The Mummy is here already, but
The Mummy is doing pretty well. Unfortunately, it's not a good movie. We'll talk about it in our month.
I love to see the drama in the top 10. Let's go.
Click on the drama for me. Yeah, I like seeing that there.
100 already.
100 million, really replicating that, like, Zendaya Challengers effect there, where I think Challengers also, it might have been more than Challengers. I don't know. But it's really nice to see. This is one of my favorite movies of the year too. Probably my new favorite movie of the year.
It is my favorite of the year.
Just
my first 5 of the year.
I really want to see it again, but I don't know if I have time. So many movies coming out. I'll catch it when it comes out on physical. But yeah, big hit. And then
already climbing.
Michael's already at 97 million. It's going to be huge. Click on Michael for me, and then we'll move on to summer season. But 217 million opening weekend. Really, really nice big hit. The question now remains, as I mentioned up top, is it going to have legs following Devils Wear Prada? Is that really going to hold its momentum? Or is it going to continue with these repeat viewings throughout the week and this weekend? And the big question is it going to surpass Bohemian Rhapsody, which I think grossed like over 900 million? I had Michael as one of my top 10 movies of the year in terms of worldwide hits. But I don't know. Like, can this catch Project Hail Mary, which is going to hit like $650, $700 million? Like, we'll see. I think Michael, it remains to see how big of a hit can be overseas. But yeah, So this is going to be a big what if for Michael. But I think it can go all the way. I think, despite the critics not liking it, I think Michael can go into that like 700 million range if it continues the way it is. Like if it comes out next weekend with Devil Wears Prada and does like 50 up, that'd be huge. That'd be a big boost for Michael. So yeah. Kevin Davis, hello, nice to see you. International audience would push Michael to 500, 600 million at the box office. That's like, I think that's like its floor. Actually, I think that could be his floor. 500, 600. I think it can go even higher. Is it going to make like 300 million less than Bohemian Rhapsody? Granted, Bohemian Rhapsody had like the October effect where it had like no threats in that season, and it was like an awards contender, so people were just curious about it. Michael has like Devil's Wear Prada, Mortal Kombat, Mandalorian in May. Like it has all these huge summer hits to contend with, while Bohemian Rhapsody didn't really have that. But internationally, it's already doing well over what Bohemian Rhapsody is doing. So I think he can go above 600 million. I think that's his floor. But yeah, speaking of the summer season, let's go into it. There's a lot of interesting movies here to talk about. Are we doing top 5?
Yeah, that's what we've done before, right? 5 and then the danger zone.
Okie dokie, yeah, let's do that.
All right, give me 1 second. Let's spin the wheel. And I guess we'll find out who won as we track Michael for the spring season for the box office.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because we were kind of tied, like our 1 and 2. I think you might have won. Which one of us had Michael?
I had Michael.
Yeah, you had Michael. I had Super Mario Galaxy, but then I also had
you had
Heights.
You had Project Hail Mary. I had Scream 7 and Hopper. So it kind of evens out. We'll see how much Michael does.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Come on.
Dang.
Let's go, baby. Do you know what I'm picking?
I don't actually.
All right. This is like the easiest pick of all time. I'm going with Toy Story 5.
Oh wow. I wasn't gonna go Toy Story 5.
IP baby. I'm just looking at like some of the previous. I mean, not only is it part of a franchise that people love, but I'm also looking at other Disney movies that have overperformed compared to their previous installments, like Zootopia 2 and Inside Out 2. And I mean, this is the 5th one. People are not tired of these movies, and I will give Pixar the credit that even though they've already made arguably way too many Toy Story sequels, they know how to set them apart. They like to make people wait. It's been almost 10 years. It's been 7 years since the last one in 2019.
Oh yeah.
And before that, it was 9 years before the third one. So they know how to space them out, and people are hungry for more toys. The toys against the iPads. Let's go, Evan.
I have Greta Lee winning this one, playing the iPad. I'm curious about Toy Story 5, man. I mentioned it in other podcasts that we were doing, but I don't know if it's going to have that Zootopia 2, Inside Out 2, or even Moana 2 effect, right? Where a lot of those movies, Zootopia 2 has now become the second highest movie of all time, animated, or the biggest one from an American production, not including Neja 2, which had 2 billion. But like Zootopia is like a 1.8. Inside Out 2 is at like 1.7, 1.6. I don't know if Toy Story 5 is going to hit that 1.5 or above number, actually, overall at least. I think it is going to do very, very well domestically. Looking at the box office, the past 2 movies for Toy Story made over 400 million. I think Toy Story 4 here made 434. Toy Story 2 made 415. Toy Story 3 made 415, and then Toy Story 2 is 245, but that was in a different era. But I think this can make over 400 million domestic. I just don't know how it's going to do well overall with all the competition. I think in the last 2 movies, Toy Story 3 made 1.06, Toy Story 4 made 1.07. So it's gonna have kind of, those 2 movies are in the same vein as like a Super Mario Galaxy projection. But for me, I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do about like 120 million opening weekend, probably easily. uh, yeah, probably 120, 130 million opening weekend. Yeah, there's Toy Story 4. And Toy Story 4 did 120, yeah, ironically. So 120 million. I think Toy Story 5 can replicate that or go slightly lower.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, Toy Story isn't having like, because there's been so many of them, it's not having like that Zootopia where it's been like 10 years and we're finally seeing them again. We've seen Toy Story. It's like it's nothing super fresh as like a Toy Story, or sorry, as like a Zootopia or Inside Out where it's been so long and they come back magically. So okay, this is our fifth go round. We're going to go see it. Um, I just don't know. I don't think it's going to hit like 130, 140. I don't know if it'll go over that, but I think it'll match 120. That's my projection.
Yeah. I'm actually curious. Do you think this gets a China release?
I
don't see why they wouldn't.
Did the others not get China releases?
No, they did, but I'm just saying because like not everything gets a China release nowadays. Like last
True.
time Toy Story 4 did like 30 overall
Yeah,
over there.
didn't do that well. Yeah, didn't make a dent in China. I think it will. I think we'll have a good China release this time around. But you never know. But my number one with a bullet is
Ooh,
Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
let's go.
That's my number one with the bullet, but not as big as people think for Brand New Day. I don't think people have to temper their expectations. I don't think it's going to be as big of a hit as Spider-Man No Way Home, which made like what 250, I think.
I'll
255.
check it out.
Yeah, pull up No Way Home for me. But I think Brand New Day, my projection is like I think it'll be the only movie this year. Or sorry, not the only movie this year. I think it'll be 260. That's crazy. 260 million. Like it did better than The Force Awakens. That's crazy. 814 domestic, 1.9 overall, 1 billion internationally alone is crazy. But yeah, I think for Brand New Day is going to follow a similar trajectory to a recent other not this isn't like a big team up kind of movie, even though we have Hulk and Punisher in this. But I think it'll do similar to Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool Wolverine, I think, did like 215. I think this movie's gonna do like it'll probably be like TLJ. I think it's gonna do like 220, 225 opening weekend. That's my projection for Brand New Day. 211 for Deadpool and Wolverine. So yeah, I think if Deadpool can make 211, Spider-Man, which is the most popular superhero ever, I think that can hit 220, 230. Again, slightly lower than No Way Home. And I don't think it's going to hit like that 1.9 or 1.9 billion that No Way Home made. I think this one's going to be around like 1.5 billion. Still a huge, huge, huge hit. I think this and Doomsday are going to be the only movies that are going to hit over 200 million this year. And I'm pretty confident in saying that, unless the Odyssey goes huge. But yeah, I think 220, 215, something along there, slightly bigger than Deadpool.
Here's a question for you because I think this would be an easy question to answer if the dates were different. But what do you think does better? Brand New Day or Doomsday overall?
Yeah, overall, just including what Doomsday makes in January, I think Doomsday will make more.
Doomsday.
I think Doomsday, because again, you can't underestimate that Christmas corridor. It's gonna make.
But Jumanji, Evan.
Jumanji and Dune, yeah, Jumanji and Dune are gonna eat the fuck out of Puss. It's gonna eat a lot of what Doomsday is gonna make or could make, in any other year. But as we saw, Avatar: Fire and Ash made like 180 million from January to March. So I think Doomsday is gonna have that same effect, where it's gonna just destroy next year as well, or the beginning part of next year. But I think Doomsday is gonna make a lot. Right now, I have Doomsday. Early prediction, probably like that can probably do 250. Maybe that is even less than No Way Home. I don't know. I have to wait to see what the vibes are for the trailer. But I would have to say 250 because Dune is coming out that same weekend and it is eating those PLF screens. Sorry, Infinity Vision, bullshit ass. I think because Dune is coming out, you have to mark it down a couple notches there. So I think Doomsday is probably gonna make it like 230, 250, which is still crazy. That weekend's gonna be crazy. If Doomsday does like 250 and Dune does like 70, 80, like that'll be a big hit for both of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brand New Day is my number one of the year.
Evan, you have no idea how much it pains me to put this at number 2.
Oh,
I don't want it to be.
Are you doing it?
I don't even want it to be in the top 30, but it's gonna be there regardless. I'm going with the live action Moana.
Yeah, I was curious about this one.
Yeah, so just we all know, let's go on the record, Moana 2 made $1 billion. And even though I don't think this movie could, this is like a 50-50 chance of like making about the same, if not maybe slightly less, but it's still gonna be huge. Is it sandwiched between anything during the summer, or
So it has a ceiling, yeah. It's coming out actually fuck. I was gonna say I thought it was a May release, but it's not.
it's July? It's the week before the Odyssey.
So the week before the Odyssey, and before that, it's like Minions, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's similar to like how Spider-Man and everything. It's just so much shit coming out this summer. But the Odyssey is a totally different audience. Let's see, yeah, Minions earlier than the Odyssey, and then Spider-Man. So I don't know if it's going to hit $1 billion, but I can see this doing like still 800, 900. It's going to be a big hit. Like anything above like 700 million is a hit these days. So, and I think it's going to hit that. Moana is just one of those stories that is just like endlessly, I don't know, gravitating, relatable, watchable, fun. The first one is just such a great movie. The first one is, and if people are like, "Oh, I love the first one so much, let me see it in live action," cool. Like Us, it looks bad. And I was when the first teaser showed up, I was like, okay, maybe it's just gonna be like the Little Mermaid effect, where it's just gonna be not as good as the original, of course, but like the effects look good. But then when the actual trailer came out, I'm like, oh wait, no, this doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, another reference, Lilo is in Stitch last year, $1 billion. I don't think this is gonna hit $1 billion because of where it is in the calendar, but
yeah, I don't think it's gonna hit $1 billion, and I don't think it's gonna hit 146. My projection is about, what do I have here? I wrote it down last night. I think Moana is gonna do 105. Like Little Mermaid, despite all the controversy, like Little Mermaid made like 90 million opening weekend. I think Moana is gonna hit like 105, 115 in there.
yeah.
I don't think it's like Lilo and Stitch is such a beloved movie. 146 is crazy. And that was, yeah, never mind. But yeah, Moana is gonna be big. I think 105. So it's definitely it was gonna be next for me too. Because it has the potential to hit like 400 million domestic. It has good legs potential, even if Spider-Man and Odyssey are coming out after it. It's just going to be a big family hit for sure. But man, the trailer looks so bad. It's wild. Like even like, you know, I don't know. Like it looks like when I saw the Snow White thing, I was like, yeah, this doesn't look good. But at least Rachel looks good in it. But
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Keep all good. Yeah, Snow White got like panned. Moana is probably going to get equally panned. But as we saw with the winter movies, if a movie gets panned, it doesn't matter. I think Moana is going to be critic proof. Right now, I have it be, and I don't think it's going to be like a another live action favorite from last year was How to Train Your Dragon. I don't think it's going to have that effect either. Or How to Train Your Dragon. It actually got solid reviews. Let me look at the reviews for How to Train Your Dragon. 77 Rotten Tomatoes, very, very good rating. I think Moana is going to hit like 40, 50. Now I want to see like Little Mermaid 2023 had 67. I can see this having like 50 to 60 Rotten Tomatoes range, way lower, of course, for Metacritic, probably in the 40s there. But yeah, Moana, my prediction, if Edgar didn't take it, I was going to take it. Because right now I have Spider-Man Brand New Day making like 215, 230 million. I have Moana hitting like 105 to 110. And he picked Toy Story, which I had 120. So all these three movies in the list I made just last night, all three of these movies I predicted to make over 100 million. I think these are the over 100 million opening weekend locks, unless something goes wrong. But another one that could hit over 100 million. Man, I'm between two movies right now. Do I go Minions? I don't know. I'll go Devil's Wear Prada 2. Devil Wears Prada 2. Where Michael just made 97 million. It'll be crazy, but I think it can happen given the hype for this trailer, the hype for this movie in general. I think this could do also 85 to 100 million. It's in that range, and I think this could have good walk-up views or viewership. Now we're saying Michael could be like halted by Devil's Wear Prada, but could the opposite happen where Devil's Wear Prada could make less than what people are projecting because people are still going out to see Michael? Could happen. We'll just have to wait and see. But I have Devil Wear Prada's easily making like 80 to 100 million here. I think it's going to be a big hit. You're muted.
Also, Mortal Kombat is the week after.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat is like totally different audience. Those are the gamer audience who will see it opening weekend and then just not come back afterwards.
What point of comparison can we compare Devil Wears Prada to?
I don't even know. This is the first week in May release that isn't like a Marvel movie, right? Didn't Marvel have this on lock for decades?
Yeah, well, I think it was broken with Free Guy or Fall Guy, whatever.
You're right. Good call. Fall Guy was 2023. I think that was because there was also like a Marvel delay or something like that. But yeah, Fall Guy came out, didn't do that well. But usually this first week in May gets some big hits. What was last year? Was that where Thunderbolts came out?
Yeah, Thunderbolts. I'm thinking maybe that what's it called? The Blake Lively movie.
Oh, like that romance movie?
Yeah.
But
that different vibe, but still in the same kind of like, chick flick type of thing.
For sure. But I think like contrary to like having this chick flick effect, I was talking to my dad. I'm like, hey dad, are you excited for Devil's Wear Prada 2? He's like, oh yeah, I can't wait. Like I think this has 4-quadrant appeal. Like, grown men, their wives, women, men, like children who grew up watching this movie, or children like us who grew up watching this movie are now adults. Mm-hmm. It like we're thinking of it in like a romance rom-com way, but like it also has that legacy sequel effect, which also gets a big bump. Like,
how much do you think it opens?
Again, I think this hits like 85 to 100 million. I think it's going to be really, really big. Like that trailer was a huge hit for didn't it play in front of the Super Bowl or last December?
Something like that, yeah.
But huge hit
Strike
online.
a 07.
Have you seen this movie yet?
No, I haven't done.
Okay. When you were tweeting about it or on Instagram, I was like, did Edgar go see a early screening or something?
Nah. I was the last one that I did was Michael. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like I think this is gonna be a good movie. First of all, I think it's gonna be really good. It's hard to live up to what is now considered a classic. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a big hit. Again, I think it has potential to hit 100 million. 85 is my low point, but I think he can hit like 95 to 100. I think it can really hit that. If everybody goes out to see it. We're having some great back-to-back. We could have a great back-to-back week here from April to May.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. It's time for me to go with finally my most anticipated movie of the year, The Odyssey.
That was the one I was like, Devil Wear Prada, Odyssey. Which one do we go here? Yeah.
Like, I don't think this movie will top Oppenheimer just because there was just so many factors with Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, the whole first time an IMAX movie shot in black and white or whatever. This huge biopic spectacle that's like 3 hours, and like the Odyssey is a spectacle and it has action, but it does it's kind of like a double-edged sword in the sense that it's kind of more dude coded, if that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, like it's so weird, right? Like in any scenario, if somebody came up to you like, "Hey, what movie is going to make more money?" One where people are just talking the whole time about a World War II bomb, like a biopic basically, or a movie with a sea battle, gods and monsters and cyclops
Cyclops.
and like all these kinds of things, swirling whirlpools, like obviously the Odyssey, right? No, like it's so weird, like because Oppenheimer made 975 million. That shouldn't happen. That's crazy. It was an anomaly when it came out, but of course, again, the Barbenheimer effect really rose two ships there.
I think the minimum for this movie is 500, and I think it'll be like about between 7 and 8.
I agree. I think that's a great ballpark there. I think 500 to 700 million there. Wait. Like Project Hail Mary right now is it broke past 600 million, I think. I think this can do way more than Project Hail Mary.
Also,
not way more, but
we do need to consider this though. Marketing wise, it is the first movie ever to be shot entirely on IMAX cameras. It does that, lift its legs.
100%, because IMAX is, of course, higher priced tickets. It could be the highest IMAX hit ever. No, Avatar. But like it could have like one of the highest IMAX hits ever. IMAX has just been on a roll this decade, just phenomenal. Like Sinners, Top Gun, Oppenheimer, Avatar, both Avatars, Dune. And just this year with Project Hail Mary having a big IMAX hit. And even Michael this weekend had a good, like my IMAX was like filled to the brim. So I think like IMAX is doing really well, but this movie could be the biggest IMAX hit of the year. We'll see what Dune 2 can do or Dune 3 can do. But I think this could have like the biggest IMAX hit of the year, which could definitely hit box office. Right now, I'm projecting. I don't know. So Oppenheimer made like what was opening weekend? 82 million. This could have a bigger opening weekend than Oppenheimer, but not have longer global legs than Oppenheimer.
Also has more competition.
It has way more. Yeah, it just has way like Spider-Man coming out. Like that's huge. Even though that one had Barbie, I don't know.
Spider-Man is before, right? Or is it after?
Spider-Man's afterwards.
Okay.
Spider-Man's the last week in July. So I think Oppenheimer's going to make similar to Devil's Wear Prada. I think 85 to 100 is its range. 85 to 100, which I think on a good day with IMAX being a big hit as it is, I think it can hit 90 to 100. I think it can hit that 100 range. It's going to be a big hit. Because imagine if Oppenheimer came out without Barbie, right? Like
I don't think it's as huge of a hit as it was.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right too. But it's just so fascinating, and this is going to be under 3 hours, so maybe a little bit more screens than Oppenheimer. But yeah, it's going to dominate IMAX for the entire, right? Like for like 45 days, it'll have IMAX exclusivity. Sorry, Spidey. So yeah, this is going to be a big hit, and I'm with you. I think I'm going to raise it. I'm going to go like 600 as his base, 700 as probably like it's in reach for the Odyssey. I can't wait to see this, man. It's gonna be crazy.
They need to release that prologue with the teaser afterwards, with the thumb, the fucking things. Oh, it's okay.
It's peak. It's way too good. I can't wait. It's crazy how close we are. We're now 2 months away from the Odyssey.
Yeah.
July's gonna have some good hits. I can't wait for Spider-Man. I can't wait for the Odyssey. Moana. No, I'm kidding.
Who will bring up Timothy and Ballet in the press tour? We'll see.
You never know. Okay, so nice. I will go with. I'm between two movies now. Let's see here. I'm between two movies. Do I Disney it up or do I go animated?
Oh, oh, okay, I see. I mean,
I'm trying to make the biggest hit here. Um, I just don't know how big of a hit this movie's gonna be. But I'll say it. I'll go Minions.
good choice.
I'll
That's
go
the
Minions.
that's the superior choice.
I think
I
Minions
know.
is gonna have a bigger, I think Minions is gonna have a bigger global hit than what I was going to choose. But yeah. So I think Minions is gonna do well. Um, can you pull up the past couple of Minions movies?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
Like I know these are always like big hits, but I don't know. This year could be different. So 2022, 940 coming out the 107 opening weekend. Um, that's pretty nice. Um, let's see here, 569 worldwide. Despicable Me 4, 972. So a similar range there, 75 million, 972 in 2024. And that was recent.
Yeah, I
So
think this could do like 800.
say it again.
I think this could do like 800.
I think it can too. I think looking at the past releases, I think it can do. And animation doesn't have quite of a ceiling as like the live action ones we were just talking about for July. I think this is like what, first week in July. Let me see. Sorry. Yeah, July 1st. It's coming out on Wednesday. Minions and Monsters. It's going to dominate the entire weekend, Wednesday through Sunday. And yeah, I think Wednesday to Sunday, it can have like that Super Mario Galaxy run of about like 130, 145 day, and then just like run it the entire month. It's the only animated movie for July. Moana's live action. Then you have the Odyssey. Then you have nothing coming out that following week, July 24th. Then July 31st is Spider-Man. The next animated movie, Paw Patrol on August 14th. Like, yeah. So I think Minions is going to run the animated gauntlet all throughout the summer. It comes out 2 weeks after Toy Story 5, though, so it's going to be battling there. But yeah, I think Minions for the 5 days can be like 130, 115 to 130 for 5 days. You never really know. It's just, or I had 110 last night, but I think it can go higher. But yeah, either way, I think it's going to be over those 100 million for the 5-day opening weekend. And it can be a big hit overseas. These things are always big hits for some reason. I've never even seen, I think I saw Despicable Me 1, I think a long time ago. I can't tell you what happens in it. But I just don't watch these movies. These movies just don't do it for me. Do you watch these?
No. I did watch the last Minions movie though, but
Okay. Did you get into your suit, the whole meme thing?
no. That I because that was for the last Minions one, like the Rise of Gru or whatever. Yeah. I think that started happening maybe. I'm pretty sure I watched it the Wednesday of or the opening day, and I think the Minion stuff started happening like maybe like a few days after. So I just missed it.
Okay, so what's next? What do you have for you?
All right, give me 1 second. Usually for my 4 and 5, even though it's not a good strategy, but I like to go with small. I like to go smaller, and I like to go riskier. Okay. And I'm between 2 movies, and I might end up if you don't pick the other one, I might just put both of them in 4 and 5. But for my number 4, man.
Are you picking one of the many horror movies coming out this summer?
Maybe, but there's a catch with one of them. You know, we talk about how well Scream 7 did, and there was a particular trailer attached to that movie that was huge on social media that kind of just gave me a taste of how well it will do at the box office. And it's been a while. And it's been a while since there's been a movie in this franchise. So I'm going with Scary Movie 6, a comedy.
Ooh, good pick.
The last one didn't do well. I think it capped out at like 70 million, but that was like 2013. And I'm pretty sure people were just tired of the franchise by then.
Oh, 70 overall.
Yeah, yeah, like it was like 76. I want to say. Let me double check. Um, Scary Movie 5, 78 worldwide.
Yeah, 14
Um,
open weekend.
just
Oof.
for comparison,
What was
that's
the
the number
first
for
movie?
the first one was like almost 300.
42. 42, 300. Yeah. Okay.
So I think this one could easily, maybe not easily, but it could reach 200 worldwide.
I think it really can. Probably over that. Like, I think this could be the highest grossing. Or what's the highest grossing? Go to Scary Movie 2. Did it do
Uh,
better than the first one?
Let me double check.
Um, it went down. Okay. So I think they went down periodically every year, probably. Nope, Scary Movie 3 went back up a little bit here. Two, and then Scary Movie 4 went similar, 40 million. So it has like that 40 million ceiling for these movies. But I think given the weight and given how like funny the trailers have been, even in front of Michael, it got some good pops in front of my big IMAX audience.
The
Like I think
posters that they've been doing for this movie are fucking hilarious.
fantastic. It has a great like it's the like social media hit of the year for horror at least.
It's meme
Um,
the movie basically.
Basically, yeah, I think people are really craving this kind of horror comedy. I think it can go like 60 million. I think 50 to 60 million. I think it can have easily the biggest hit for these movies. When is it coming out again?
I want to say June. Let me double check.
Yeah, June 5th, right alongside Masters of the Universe, which neither of us are picking. But yeah, I think that could have like a good $60 million hit. It's a risk, but I like it. It's a nice risk. There's so many hits that I want to mention here. But yeah,
There's
for
a
my
big
next,
one. There's a big one that we keep ignoring.
yeah, I'm gonna say it. For my next one, I'll say Mando and Grogu.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that one.
Oh, you weren't? Wow. But yeah, that is my number 4. Um, the Mandalorian and Grogu. They keep hyping up the IMAX. The 25-minute preview screens have been sold out, so there is some interest here. I don't know about legs. I don't know about legs for this movie, but I think it's going to have a pretty solid opening weekend. Can it beat Solo, which made like 84? Can you pull up Solo for me? Star Wars story.
Yeah.
This is not going to have. This is not breaking 100 million in my opinion. I don't think it's going to hit over 100 million. Solo made 84. I think with IMAX and with the appeal of Baby Grogu, I'm guessing 84 is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie.
These days it is.
It just last time. The budget for Solo was astronomical because of the reshoots and everything. 275 is crazy.
If that movie hadn't gone through so many reshoots, I think this would have been considered like a solid hit.
Yeah, like most Star Wars movies, most Star Wars movies at that time were like 200 million, but for Solo, they wanted to go smaller. It should have been like what? Yeah, like a Pixar movie, like 150 max. Like 150 max, making 392 was a pretty good hit, but 275 is a disaster. We know Mando and Grogu doesn't cost that much. It has like that 100 million, probably. I think 100 million on the dot for just base budget. But I think it has IMAX appeal, Star Wars appeal, of course. I'm saying I keep saying this a lot in the podcast, but I think 85 to 90 could be a good hit for Mando and Grogu. That's where I'm going. It could go. I used to think like, okay, is the interest there? Maybe it does 75. If it does less than Solo, that'd be really, really interesting. But I just don't know anymore. I gotta admit, like, I'm not super thrilled for Mando, but the last trailer did have a fun feeling to it. Man, I don't know. Could this have like, oh, it was only on Disney Plus and people just aren't fucking with it effect? I don't know, but it looks fun at least. For now, I will say on air that it will make higher than Solo, so I'll say 85, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. I think 85 to 90 at max for Mando and Grogu. But it's gonna be interesting to track. Like, this is a Disney Plus franchise on the big screen. Is it going to be a hit? Is it going to have legs? Are people going to go back and see? Like, Solo didn't have legs. It kind of dropped after week 1. Even like Indiana Jones, came out and then didn't do so well in the following weeks. Like, I don't know how Mando is going to do in the following weeks ahead. We'll see.
Yeah. Evan, what do I do? Okay.
Dang, we don't have that much left.
I mean, there's still a couple options. I'm just not confident about them. I am confident about one, but I think I'm gonna end up going with this one. And the only reason why I'm going with this one over my second pick is because I think my first pick for number 5, in comparison to its budget, I think it's gonna do really well. And I'm not sure about that with my second pick. So I'm just going horror back to back. I'm going with Backrooms. I think this is gonna be the horror movie of the summer.
Nice. You're playing the riskier ones, and I like it. I'm being basic as shit. I think Backrooms is going to be a hit too. The budget's like what? I don't even know if it has a big budget.
I don't think it can't be more than 15.
Yeah, exactly. It can't. I was going to say 10. Yeah, it can't be more than 15. The highest price had to be Chiatel and
Renata.
Renata. It doesn't even cost that much. She's not a big box office draw. Like, what was her contract? Probably like $2 million for this movie.
Probably,
if that.
If anything, this is the movie that she's gotten her biggest paycheck yet.
Probably, yeah. But man, the concept is selling this movie. This is a big concept. The trailers have been really fun. I hope it's really good. The budget's going to be low, but it's going to be a big hit. Excuse me. I think $30 million for Backrooms.
I think our comparison point here would be something like Weapons. I don't think it's gonna do Weapons numbers overall, but opening, it could do 30, 25.
Yeah, I have 25 to 30. I think that can do pretty well. Don't be surprised if this does. Backrooms is better than like a Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat could actually do pretty well.
It could do some business, yeah.
Is Street Fighter this summer or this fall? I think Street Fighter is this fall.
I have no idea.
Anyways, yeah, I like your pick. I think Backrooms is going to be a decently sized hit.
We keep ignoring it, Evan.
Emily Blunt, Weather Girl, Disclosure Day. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm actually between Disclosure Day and Supergirl.
Oh, If you were to ask me, I would go Disclosure Day.
Wow.
But again, it is riskier. But also, Supergirl just doesn't look good.
I'm not asking you. I think Supergirl looks great. I'm going Supergirl. On air. Fuck it. Come on, Millie Alcock. Don't prove me wrong. The trailers haven't been great.
Let it be in the record that I tried to save this, man.
The trailers haven't been great. Fuck the record, Bob. I think my prediction, man, I think this movie can do 60 to 70. It's a superhero movie. It is sandwiched between some shit. Like it's coming out between let's see here, July. It's June 26th. So it's right after Toy Story 5, right between Minions. But those are like kids movies, family movies. Like I don't know.
They're trying to sell this movie to little girls. So
They are. I think this could do 60 to 70. And with this budget being, it's not the biggest budget. I don't think so. Let me look up a Supergirl.
You hope.
Supergirl budget. Let's see what we got here. 100 to 150. The $200 million budget was a joke. It's not true. I think it has like 100 million for the budget. I think 100 to 150. 100. If it's 100 million, then a 60 to 70 million dollar opening is really good. Combine that with this when it makes overseas opening weekend, it could have a global opening weekend of like 115, 120 globally. Probably worldwide, probably going to be 500 million. Superman made like 600, 630. I think if Supergirl comes out and makes like 450, 400, I think that's a pretty solid hit. I'm actually not, Edgar trying to save me. I don't know if Disclosure Day is going to be a hit.
Let's talk about it because
let's talk about it. The trailers haven't been wonderful, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I think the first trailer is interesting but not great. I think
yes,
the marketing, like was it the Super Bowl spot that they had where you can see like the spaceship like hitting the cloud? That shit got me. That's fucking cool.
That's cool.
But it's tricky because this really will be the determining factor of whether Spielberg can still sell a movie or not. We've been giving him the benefit of the doubt with movies like The Fablemans and West Side Story because they've been like much smaller scale, and also there's have like the factor of it being a musical, and people are not really into musicals. This is a sci-fi movie. People love this shit. If it doesn't hit, then what does this say? What does that say about one of our great auteurs? But not only that, one of the reasons why I think there's hope, there's a chance, and this might be like a weird comparison, but I'm looking at a movie like the drama,
Okay.
where it has this mystery, secret, quote unquote twist around it. That whenever you talk to somebody who hasn't seen it, you're like, oh, don't look anything up, just go and watch it, and it builds like word of mouth. We know that they haven't shown anything from the third act of the movie, allegedly. They're very much trying to sell the mystery factor with this movie, or what the movie actually is about. And even I wonder if that mystery is strong enough to carry word of mouth despite its lackluster marketing. Will it work? We'll see. But
Speaking of that, you just reminded me. I think one of the movies they can compare this to is Signs from 2000, whenever that movie came out. I think Signs did 60 million opening weekend when it came out in August that year. This was 2002. I think this could. Right now, I think Disclosure Day is gonna make like 50 million. 50 to 60. I think 60 is a ceiling for Disclosure Day. You're muted.
this is the movie that I was going back and forth between this and Backrooms, because I think just because of the genre that it's coming from, I think Disclosure Day will just have the bigger number. But like, given its budget, I don't know if it will be a hit, and I'm very certain that Backrooms will at least be a hit.
1,000. Backrooms is guaranteed hit. And yeah, Disclosure Day. You can pull up the budget for or rumored projected budget, whatever.
Let me see.
I'm guessing 100 million for Disclosure Day. Maybe
I'm
less.
guessing 150, maybe, but I don't know.
150. Wow.
Let me see. Oh, well, I don't know if we can believe fucking Google AI, but 200 million.
Yeah. What's the source there? No.
It's fucking
X.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people keep saying it's 200 million. 250. Wait.
Yeah, there's no good source there. I would say it's over 100 million. I think just visuals, looking at the eye effect, like I think over 100. But so yeah, I think. But going back to it a little bit, I think Supergirl can make over 60 million at least. I think. I hope. Prove me wrong, Supergirl. I want you to be a good movie. One of my favorite superhero characters is Supergirl. I love it. And I'm gonna read Woman of Tomorrow before the movie comes out. Believe me.
Like you read Fire and Blood.
I knew you would say that. God damn it. At this point, I might as well go in blind for season 3.
All right, my turn. Danger Zone. I think you know what I'm giving you.
Are you giving me Masters of the Universe?
Yes, sir.
Damn it! I was gonna give you that one too. What do you think there, man? It doesn't look good.
I'm trying to think of a point of comparison here.
Me too. I can't. It's so hard.
How much did that fucking Snake Eyes movie do?
That's a good
Let's
one.
see.
Like based off an IP, like Snake Eyes based off of G.I. Joe.
Of a toy brand, yeah.
Toy brand, Master of the Universe, like a hit animated series. But like Snake Eyes is God. Or that was 2021. Maybe that was COVID. Really? I don't know. That was not good. But like, you can also compare this like Power Rangers, maybe. But like, this is like an 80s hit. Like, who was growing up being like, oh, I can't wait to see Masters of the Universe? Like, really? Tron is a good pick too. Tron Ares at 33 million. That's a good comparison. What about the other Tron? What about Tron Legacy?
I think it did. It definitely did better than that. It's like 400.
444 million. I think
Different
Master
time.
of the Universe is going to do like chalk it up to like 25, 30 maybe for that movie.
That movie, if it's lucky, will crack 100 million worldwide, and I don't think that's happening.
I just, like,
150.
it screams like post, and we saw this a lot, post Thor Ragnarok / Guardians movie. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, person gets whisked up in a fantasy. Like, hey, hold on to your seats. Go into a fantasy world. Oh yeah, and then it just doesn't look appealing at all. Rise of the Beast did 61.
That's Transformers, so it has the brand.
Transformers is a way more consistent brand. It's more 90s compared to He-Man, which was like 80s, right? Is He-Man 80s? I never watched that show.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. But yeah, like, okay, it just doesn't scream like a lot. I don't think a lot of women are going to go see Masters of the Universe. It just looks like 25, 30 minutes. I don't know. It's not.
If women are dragged to watch a Swords and Sandals movie, it's gonna be the Odyssey, not Masters of the Universe.
Right? I don't know. We didn't name a single August movie. August is pretty dry this year. End of Oak Street. I could go that. It looks good though. I want Coyote versus Acme to be good. But when that comes out, it's the last weekend in August. It won't be good for a Danger Zone because you won't see how well it's going to do overall. Let's see here. You already said scary movie. Passenger.
There's another horror movie that I think it's gonna do solid, but it could also just be completely ignored.
Evil Dead Burn?
No, but I am shocked that none of us picked it, given the last one did really good.
I don't know what is going to happen this year. I gotta hurry up. Can I say Master of the Universe 2? No. There's another Jackass movie. That's not gonna do well. Let's see here. I'll give you Fall 2. Is that boring?
There's a Fall 2.
There's a Fall 2 coming out in August.
Is that your final pick?
Yeah, I'll give you Fall 2. Yeah. There's not like a fun pick for me. Paw Patrol, End of Oak Street. How did that movie get a sequel? Dude, I could do another Insidious, but I think Insidious is going to be a good hit in August.
Yeah, that's the one that I was talking about.
I think Insidious is going to be a good, solid Insidious hit. Yeah, I'll give you Fall 2. Whatever. Let's end it. This is a fun podcast. I always love doing these with you. I think summer's going to be a lot of big hits. As we mentioned, I said a lot, like 80, 90. We're going to see a lot of like over 50 million opening weekend hits this summer. It's going to be a really, really nice summer. We're already trending above 2025 and 2024. So box office on the rise, leading up to a guaranteed monster December. So very, very exciting things ahead. This fall in general is going to be a lot of big hits. So yeah. I'm excited.
This summer definitely feels the most promising box office wise since 2019.
For sure. But yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. Nathan and I over at Micah Batee went over The Boys, Invincible, which is an incredible season. Invincible is. And then we're always talking about Daredevil. Just yesterday, we talked about the greatness of Maul Shadow Lord on Hyperspace Hype. So check that out. And we'll be back, I think, next week, or maybe not next week, but in a few weeks for the March or April breakdown. So be tuned for that.
Yeah, excited to finally talk about the drama, the Mummy, Michael.
Yeah,
the Mummy is going to be the most fun conversation, probably. But yeah, you can find me at EDG or TEG on all social medias. You can find some of my written work at Loud and Clear Reviews on the Cinema Spot. I just posted my review for Michael last week at Loud and Clear Reviews, so if you want to check that out, you can do so. And you can find this podcast at WHFG Podcast. And yeah, like Evan said, we'll be back sooner rather than later, hopefully, for our breakdown of April 2026. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
What time is it? I cannot give you the rendezvous point. This is a key tenet of the rebellion. I'm surprised you can't name it. I don't know if you are...